CSTIC TV, tu portal de tecnología e informática, al servicio de la sociedad y los negocios.
Hi, I'm Carol Carpenter, CMO of VMware. I want to welcome all of you, tens of thousands of passionate members of the VMware community from around the world. We're here to connect with experts and each other on multi-cloud, modern apps, security, networking, and solutions for the distributed workforce. For all of us, this past year has been a year of change. And while change can be disruptive, it can also be transformative. An opportunity to build and evolve what's next. In the past year, we've seen massive expansion in cloud adoption and an acceleration of app modernization efforts. Nearly every business has had to reimagine how to deliver apps and services to a workforce that operates anywhere. These investments are all helping to execute on ambitious digital transformation strategies as businesses look to reinvent how they operate, how they engage with customers, and how they keep their employees secure and connected. We're so grateful for your support over this year of change and excited to share what's next. On June 1st, we introduced new members of our executive team that will lead VMware forward. Chief among them, our CEO. Raghu is a leader that needs no introduction to the VMware community. He's been the architect of VMware's incredible growth and market-shaping technology for nearly 2 decades. Raghu, it's my pleasure to reintroduce you to the vFORUM audience and the VMware community, this time as our new CEO.
Thank you for the introduction, Carol. Excited to be here.
Excited and eager to hear about your plans for the future. But before we look forward, let's take a quick look back. You joined VMware more than 18 years ago. You were employee number 200, and we had less than $100 million in revenue. Today, VMware has more than 34,000 employees around the world, and we just reported $3 billion in quarterly revenues. You've been the steward of our technology strategy, from virtualization to the software-defined data center, to the cloud, and now to modern applications and the multi-cloud platform. Is there one memory that stands out for you?
No, there's no single memory, but the common theme across many fantastic memories is how things that seemed impossible became commonplace. Starting from even vMotion, which when we showed it, everybody thought it was a trick, right? And then a few years later, when Mendel Rosenblum, our founder, pulled the plug on a rack of servers and showed the application still working and fault tolerance operating. And then a few years ago, when Andy Jassy and Pat Gelsinger stood together on a VMworld stage announcing VMware Cloud on AWS, all of these seemed impossible at one point in time, but have now become very commonplace.
Making the impossible possible. On a more personal note, everyone knows you're a passionate cricket fan. And I recently discovered you may be an even bigger Philadelphia Eagles fan. Sorry about that. Coming from a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So explain to the audience here, how did you become an Eagles fan?
I went to school in Philly, and a year before that I lived there. And I fell in love with the sport and with the Eagles and stayed that way since then.
You're a loyal fan.
Indeed.
A lot of tough years.
Including a Super Bowl, though.
That's for sure. So, okay, it's been 3 weeks since you've been on the job. And I know you've been doing a lot of listening. What have you been learning so far?
Yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time with customers, 2 to 3 meetings a day. And there are some common themes that have emerged. What I see, the way I would characterize it is, this is an era of everything as a service. If it's a bank, they want to deliver banking as a service. If it's a logistics company, they want to deliver logistics as a service, and so on. So in this world, software capability and software operations capability is becoming very critical to them. And this is why they're building new applications at a breakneck speed. This is why they're modernizing their applications. And this is why they're moving to the cloud ever faster. And of course, security is a common underlying concern across all of these activities.
What do these businesses need to do to succeed in the environment?
So whether I'm talking to a CIO or a developer or a CISO, there are three things that I hear consistently. I want to move faster and speed up my reinvention as a digital services business, one that's powered by software and software operations. That's the first thing I hear. The second is, I want to quickly build and deploy new applications where they fit best. In cloud number one, cloud number two, in my data center, at the edge. And then last but certainly not the least, I need security built for a world of distributed applications and distributed work. These priorities are remarkably consistent across every industry: healthcare, education, financial services, public sector, you name it.
So you've said that you're more excited now than you were when you started 18 years ago. Why is that? What gets you out of bed?
Because it's the scale at which we can positively impact customers. So when you're helping a bank become a service, and then the next 6 months later, you're doing the same thing for a logistics company, et cetera, you're part of transforming entire industries, creating exciting new value, helping our customers serve their customers in wholly new, different ways, right? So that is super exciting. And because we are bigger and we are participating in this reinvention at scale, it's even more exciting now than it was 18 years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal to help customers evolve and transform, and where they are actually changing their industries, as you pointed out, like in healthcare and financial services. So we know that the world is starting to open up in some areas. Our customers want to accelerate, as you pointed out, to everything as a service. What do you see as VMware's unique role as this unfolds?
So we do something very unique in the industry. We give our customers the power to control their own destiny. I call this enterprise sovereignty. What I mean by that is their developers can build applications on the platforms that best fit the application needs. Enterprises can deploy their digital assets where it most suits their business. And IT can ensure that these applications are resilient, secure, and are cost-effectively managed wherever they're running, in the public clouds, in any combination of public clouds, in private clouds, or an edge. So this is the freedom to build and deploy everywhere while having the confidence that their workloads will be resilient and protected everywhere. This is what we mean by enterprise sovereignty. Enterprises can make their choices based upon the workload and the application and the needs of the business, not the needs of a vendor.
Raghu, I speak for all of VMware and the VMware global community when I say we're super excited about your leadership, about your vision, and what's next. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Carol. And I want to thank the whole VMware community for engaging with us here at this event.
Along with our new CEO, VMware welcomed a new president, Sumit Dhawan. A few days ago, Sumit and I had the opportunity to discuss his new role and how VMware is partnering with customers to drive innovation. Here's what he had to say. Welcome to VMware vFORUM, Sumit.
Thank you, Carol. Great to be here.
Awesome. Some of our audience may not realize this, but you have considerable history with VMware. You led the VMware end-user computing business for many years. You pioneered the solutions that power today's anywhere workspace. You grew our virtual desktop business into a market leader. You led the expansion of Workspace ONE. Something else people may not realize, you left VMware and then you returned a year ago. And since your return, you've been driving our SaaS transformation. What compelled you to return to VMware for a second tour of duty?
Well, thank you for all the kind words, Carol. I've enjoyed every minute of my time at VMware. You know, when I was out of VMware, the 2 years I spent, I was working in a company that was helping customers truly adopt new modern applications. And we were working heavily with retail customers, media customers, looking at all of their customer presence. During that, what I realized was every customer wanted the agility to go to modern applications, but just did not have the infrastructure and platform to do so. So I saw it firsthand. And so when I got the opportunity to speak with Pat and at the time Sanjay, who everyone knows, and just saw the vision that we had in terms of what we wanted to go build for this platform for customers to embrace multiple clouds and modernize their applications, I knew I wanted to be part of the journey. And so I decided to jump back in and have been involved in making sure that customers get great experience while embracing our solutions.
We're so fortunate that you returned. And since returning to VMware, can you share what you've learned so far?
Now, in my role, I've been working with customers closely, and I'll tell this story because it exemplifies many of my customer conversations that I engage with. One of our customers, a large global logistics and shipping company, they have this strategy where they're using our technology and platform for running all of their applications in the data center. Now, in the future, they want to go to a platform that's 50-50, from 100-0 to 50-50. 100-0 means all their applications are in the data center today with very little to nothing in public cloud. Okay? But they want to go to a 50-50 environment, which is a hybrid and a multi-cloud environment, and they want to up all of their applications to be able to build with a much more modern developer experience, giving developers the agility of code to production. And they want to link how the developers get this experience with an application platform and how the infrastructure can continually be scaled out across multiple cloud in a seamless fashion. Now, this is where the customers need help with, okay? And what I have learned is that customers are looking for partnership with someone like VMware, because they don't want to throw away everything that they've invested in. They want to go on this journey and have the partner meet them where they are.
It's so well said, meeting customers where they are and helping them with their journey. And so how have you seen VMware evolve to deliver upon that kind of promise?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we had to do was to make sure that we expanded our ecosystem of partners. If you think about it, now we have relationships with every major cloud provider and many system integrators that can help our customers. So ecosystem expansion was a key component, okay? Secondly, we have expanded our offerings, both in terms of our product offerings with continuous innovation in being able to bring modern application platform, really going up from the infrastructure into the application platform tier, as well as expanding our offerings to be providing rich multi-cloud operations and management in a seamless fashion, okay? And we recently introduced a program that our customers may not know. It's called VMware Cloud Universal, which truly gives them the ability to go on that journey, as we talked about, a modernization journey, and embrace these new technologies and services at their own pace. And they can leverage the investment that they have made with all of the technology that they have purchased and are utilizing with VMware today. And then the third thing we have done is we have offered tailored offerings for customers to be successful in the journey. We have made sure that customers can get a quick assessment of all of their application real estate through what we call App Navigator, which enables customers to assess, okay, what's the path for each of their applications that they have to take to modernize them, along with modernizing the infrastructure. And we have created offerings called Success 360 that continue to drive customers towards that destination and give them the premier experience while doing so. So those are the three things we have done. The right ecosystem, innovation on both offerings as well as our programs, products and programs, and then lastly, the right tailored offerings to make sure customers are successful.
So as you think about VMware's customer and partners, many of whom are here, what can they expect from us, from VMware, in the future?
Well, first of all, always expect great products and technologies from us. But in addition, you always have our commitment that we are invested in your success, okay? We are helping you gain the greatest value at every step of your journey. Secondly, we always strive to be easy to work with. We're simplifying every engagement possible from onboarding to optimizing your VMware solution. Third, you'll always get right resources at the right time. That doesn't just mean being responsive, which we always will be, but also being proactive. We're building predictive technologies as well as giving you guidance through modern technologies and data on what you need. And lastly, we'll always innovate with you, ever growing, more predictive, more proactive, continuously improving based on your priorities. Those are our commitments to our customers. We've always had them, and we'll continue to have them as we take them on the journey.
Well, thank you. That is quite the commitment, and I think it really speaks volumes that you came back and that you're helping to drive towards delivery of all those commitments. And I really love what you said about being a true partner to our customers, and that speaks volumes. So thank you, Sumit.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about this new role. Thank you for all the attendees at the event. I'm sure you're going to have a great show.
That was such a great discussion, and we're so excited to have Sumit's vision and leadership back at VMware. We've seen today how VMware is accelerating a transformation across our business, from the technologies we bring to market to how we help each and every one of you make the greatest impact faster than ever. We know this is a unique time in the market, a time to embrace change as opportunity, a time to drive the next chapter that builds on decades of impact, and a time to define our future together. For a deeper look at our solutions, let's hear from my colleague, Joe Bagley, VMware CTO for EMEA.
Thanks, Carol. It's really a pleasure to be here today at vFORUM, and I'm excited now to be able to share VMware strategy and a little bit about what we're seeing with our customers out here in the field. We've talked a lot about digital transformation today, and that's manifesting itself for our customers in an increased acceleration of their deployment of what they're calling digital business. And digital business to our customers really is about them getting, more apps to their businesses faster, the ability to be able to deploy those apps wherever they want to on any cloud or in their own data centers or out at the edge. At the same time, meeting the demands of their employees around flexibility of what device they're using and where they're working. But at the same time, there's that constant challenge of making sure that operations and security and resiliency are still there in increasingly turbulent times to make sure that business continues to function, but accelerates. And when we go and talk to our customers, they tell us that there's challenges around digital transformation. It's moving too slowly. Why is that? I can tell you that we're seeing a whole host of different challenges. It's not easy to transform a tightly coupled monolithic application into a true cloud native one. You can't just move apps to the cloud. You can drag and drop some, but it's not the case for all. There's scarce developer skills. And there's security and management silos, in fact, just silos anywhere. There's silos they've already built on premises in what they're doing in their existing applications. And in some cases, moving to the cloud means just building more silos, not building less. And at the same time, it's all about the edge now, right? We're all, how do we push more stuff out to the edge? How do we take advantage of 5G, new telcos, new networks? How do we take advantage of what's going on in the world in terms of distributed applications? Things are constantly changing, and that's a challenge for our customers. Now, to meet constant change, you need something stable. You need a good, strong foundation. And that's where we come in at VMware. We've had a strategy now called any for many years. It's moved from vision to the last few years being a reality, where our customers can now run truly any application from traditional, cloud native or SaaS on any cloud, be that any public cloud, their own private cloud, hybrid clouds, even out at the edge or specific telco clouds, and consume those applications anywhere on any device. But at the same time, making sure that we have security intrinsically built into every platform that we ship and every device that we manage, so that now people truly don't have to worry about having choice and openness for their future in modernizing their applications and starting to move to digital business. Let's talk a little bit more about what makes up this picture of any for our customers and how we're delivering it. At the base of it is VMware Cloud. This is literally multi-cloud services for any app. It's the ability, along with the VMware Cloud Network, to build on top of a strong base that allows you to consume the VMware Cloud Foundation on premises, in any cloud you like, or even at the edge, and integrate with native public cloud services, and bring that together with our extensive and, frankly, industry-leading cloud management solutions for our customers to be able to deliver both their traditional applications and new modern applications anywhere on any cloud. This pays off in many ways for our customers. We're continually told that it's the fastest path by them to app modernization. We've given them optimized DevSecOps in a way that no one else in the industry can do. We truly are the fastest path to cloud migration too, taking migrations that typically take years to months or months to weeks. And enterprise security and the lowest TCO. There's a lot of ands here because we literally focus across the board to make sure our customers have as much as possible in terms of openness and choice in what they can do in modernizing their application and taking advantage of every cloud and the best bits of every cloud as they go forward through that journey. When you put that together with our Anywhere workspace, that Anywhere piece really means anywhere. Their employees can engage in a truly multimodal experience where they can pick up practically any device and have applications and data that they need to do their tasks and their job delivered securely to them anywhere they want to do it. That no matter what people are trying to throw at you, you have the best in breed in terms of making sure you're defending against those security threats. And continuing, of course, to optimize management. For Windows 10 managed by Workspace ONE, there's 175% ROI. That's pretty compelling in itself. Put that together and you get what we call the VMware Advantage. That's where our customers have that agility and innovation. They have that speed to market with applications, the ability to update and do things newer and faster than ever before. That ability to take advantage of that openness and choice of running any application part anywhere on any cloud, but at the same time, importantly, reducing complexity and risk. Being able to take advantage of doing that, but knowing that you can reduce the risk and the complexity as you do so. It's huge. But the conversations we have with our customers are no longer led like they were a few years ago about infrastructure. If I talked to someone maybe 4 or 5 years ago about their cloud journey, it was all about which cloud they were moving to, which one they'd picked, and how they were moving everything into that, and how they were going to move all their infrastructure to be there. In 2021, the conversations are led by the applications, not the infrastructure. We're not picking one cloud. We're looking at all the applications we have. We're looking at the choices we now have for those applications, and that then drives the choices of where those bits are going to live. Whether we're going to retain something, whether we're going to retire it, whether we're going to re-platform it, refactor it, rehost it, that will then drive which cloud we end up putting that part of that application on. Maybe we have multi-cloud applications where some parts end up in one cloud, some in others, some on premises, some in the public cloud. And that's not an easy task to undertake. It needs to be done with the business, it needs to be based on business outcomes, and it needs to be focused on the applications, not on the infrastructure. And to do that, that's where we've been helping our customers with App Navigator. An App Navigator engagement is all about understanding the business goals to be achieved through app modernization and matching those to an intelligent understanding of the applications technologies in use to map each to its own optimum modernization pathway. This is Project Iris, which discovers application information in any cloud environment, in this case, a vSphere cloud, to create visualizations like app topology and identify the specific components in use. With vSphere now built on Kubernetes, some of those modernization options like containerization are now so simple they can even be executed from within Project Iris. But an application portfolio is complex. While cloud migration, rehosting, and platform can be simple, some applications are categorized as highly complex and need more effort to refactor. Using AI, we're able to visualize these applications to understand their structure, dependencies, and reuse. With this data, an architect can find the seams and begin modernizing without crawling through source code a line at a time. The focus here is modernization. And an App Navigator engagement is also about having experts teach you how to use the right tools and to simplify and accelerate achieving impactful business outcomes in ways you may have thought were just not possible. Whether you do this with an App Navigator engagement, one of our amazing certified partners, or by yourself using our technology, we've built a highly capable multi-cloud and apps platform that we're continuing to innovate on to solve the complexities of the challenges you face. You'll hear more about some of these new innovations today here in vFORUM, and you'll be hearing even more from us at the Office of the CTO throughout the year. To continue your IT journey, I invite you to attend our upcoming breakout sessions to acquire insight, knowledge, and practical experience. You'll have the opportunity to chat live with VMware experts, test drive the latest VMware technology through our hands-on labs, and connect with your peers by visiting the exhibit hall. I know you'll enjoy this event, and I look forward to your active participation.
VMware has been a partner for 20 plus years, helping organizations build, deploy, and manage applications. Today, it's no different. But we come at the problem of managing heterogeneous applications through a perspective of a variety of different capabilities. We help organizations retain applications that are currently running, maximizing the business criticality and value of those applications. We help organizations rehost or migrate applications, whether they're moving from the data center to the cloud or out to the edge. We help organizations replatform applications, maximizing the opportunity of containerization and Kubernetes. We help organizations build and refactor applications, taking advantage of native cloud services and continuous delivery. And we also help organizations retire applications by maybe transitioning them to a SaaS model for certain business functions. VMware is there at every single stage. Now, when you look across the multi-cloud landscape, the value of VMware becomes obvious. By deploying a consistent unified stack for compute, storage, networking, and management, we give an organization the capability to treat the entire architecture as a unified whole. As a result, there's enormous efficiencies that come into play by empowering the world's largest skill base to deploy and work on behalf of your business. We give IT professionals around the world the ability to maximize their existing skills and to be able to leverage enterprise-class compute, storage, and networking for both containerized as well as traditional applications. Importantly, we also leverage workload mobility using VMware HCX and, of course, vMotion. By leveraging those technology, organizations can move workloads where they need to be. This unified approach is the right approach in a very heterogeneous world that was filled with point decisions over a period of many years and that have really eroded the same efficiencies we're moving to cloud to gain. Now, to speak more about this, I'd like to introduce Wei to talk about VMware Cloud Universal.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Wei Wang. So let's talk about VMware Cloud Universal. This is really VMware's flexible subscription for supporting what Matt has pointed out, the modern hybrid cloud and modern multiple cloud. This has a rich set of enterprise cloud VMware compute, storage, and networking capabilities, along with our winning VMware Cloud Management. It is a flexible subscription option for deploying options across the private, edge, public, and local cloud. So we're going to talk more about that, right? We leverage local clouds for private and edge deployment, including VMware Success 360. That's VMware's premier success program. So how does it work? VMware Cloud Universal looks like a MetroCard. You actually pay ahead, preload it, and you use it as any point that has all the products that under the umbrella of VMware Cloud Universal. It does go anywhere, and if you are running out of credits, you can actually load it anytime. So how does that help with your organization? You can see, as we're going to win in a multi-cloud world, there will be a rise in your organization for the multi-cloud platform team. In the beginning, when the cloud happened about a decade ago, I think many of the cloud is managed by line of businesses, right? It's ad hoc. Then it become a departmental. You will have teams that really offer the cloud services who have standardized and best practices. Every customer now I talk to has a center of excellence team, the cloud center of excellence team. So they will centralize the team for offering multiple support for departments. And here, as we going forward for the next decade, we will have a multi-cloud platform team that in which provides universal platform services, architecture design, and share best practices. So to really feel the technology behind this is we call VMware Cloud Universal. This is the central interface to manage VMware Cloud Universal subscription credits. The credits can be redeemed for VMware Cloud Foundation subscription, VMware Cloud on AWS, and VMware Cloud on Dell EMC. All these are delivered 100% cloud-based control plane. And now I'm going to actually move it back to Matt to talk more about what is in the details of VMware Cloud Universal.
Thanks, Wei. So let's talk about what's included in VMware Cloud Universal. This is our complete flexible subscription. It's the entire stack. It includes vSphere, our compute technology, vSAN, our storage technology, and NSX, our networking technology. These are the same enterprise-class compute, storage, and networking that underpins 90% by market share of data center workloads. In addition to that, it includes VMware Cloud Mobility, which is powered by HCX. This technology helps you move workloads from where they are to where they need to go without re-engineering them, reworking them, or redeveloping them. In many cases, workloads can move while even remaining available to end users. It's a really unique technology, and it's super powerful for migration. On top of that, there's something new, the Cloud Console. The Cloud Console is your subscription management portal. You log in through a browser, you can see all of your entitlements, you can see what's running, and you can deploy your technology. It's really fantastic for managing your VMware Cloud Universal subscription. Of course, we include VMware Cloud Management, powered by vRealize Cloud Universal. Operations and automation delivered for you to be able to maximize a multi-cloud deployment. And as Wei had mentioned, we also include Success 360, our premier customer success program, which means VMware will meet you where you are and plan with you how to get you to where you want to go. This, of course, is deployed across 3 different axes: the public cloud, the local cloud, or customer infrastructure, customer managed deployments on premises. This is a complete solution for virtual machines or containers, giving you optionality to deploy any application, whether it's traditional or cloud native. So now you can make sure that you're successful. With VMware Cloud Universal, the purchase you make today will continue to add value years to come, no matter what your deployment options will be. We're super excited about this new capability, and we're thrilled to have it ready for you. Now, I want to go over those deployment options with you again, just so you understand what's available to you. With a credit for VMware Cloud Universal, you have optionality to deploy to the public cloud, specifically VMware Cloud on AWS. This is VMware Cloud running on AWS bare metal instances. It's delivered, operated, and supported by VMware, and it's available across the entire AWS global infrastructure. It's available in 1 and 3-year terms, and it gives you direct access to that native AWS service. For VMware managed on-premises or local cloud, we include VMware Cloud on Dell EMC optionality. This is local cloud as a service, that new category of solutions that is growing at warp speed. This allows you to have a service on-premises, delivered, operated, and supported by VMware, available for both private and edge cloud, 1 and 3-year terms, and you get direct access to the Dell enterprise services. Of course, for customer managed deployments on customer infrastructure, we deliver VMware Cloud Foundation subscription. This means on your own infrastructure, a customer can manage the entire VMware stack and consume VMware Cloud Universal credits. This is available for both private and edge cloud, 1 and 3-year terms. And of course, this is all about integration with your processes and internal systems that you may already built today. Now, VMware Cloud, our cloud platform, has been deployed across every single vertical today. It's a massive new initiative to take and bring a multi-cloud platform into an organization. And we have customer success across the board. We encourage you to take a look at our website and learn a little bit about the success stories we have. In addition, VMware is proud to deliver the largest, most extensive partner network within the infrastructure community, with over 20,000 partners, service providers, technology partners, and of course, resellers. We can give you that optionality you need to ensure you're building on architecture that can scale. This is all about having the right solutions and products, the right technology and IP, and of course, the services together. Whether it's by VMware or through our partners, we give you that optionality you need to be successful. Now, let's jump into the demo so you can see the power of VMware Cloud Universal as we walk through the technology and how a customer would use it.
Welcome to the VMware Cloud service. So what is VMware Cloud? VMware Cloud is the top-level service that encompasses many other services, including VMware Cloud on AWS. More importantly, it provides a deep and integrated multi-cloud experience for our customers. Anyone can preview the service publicly by visiting vmc.vmware.com. Now, of course, the experience is much richer when you're logged into what we call a VMware Cloud organization. The organization is a construct that allows us to contain the full customer experience. This is really important as it pertains to the VMware Cloud Universal Program. The VMware Cloud Universal Program provides customers with a bag of funds that are then filled with these universal credits. A customer then has the flexibility to then redeem these credits against any of the underlying VMware Cloud services that they have been entitled to within the organization. At the end of the day, this allows a customer to use multiple VMware Cloud services and receive a single bill from VMware at the end of the month based on their usage. Let's now switch gears and take a look at the VMware Cloud Launchpad. Welcome to the VMware Cloud service. All the different VMware Cloud. So what is VMware Cloud? VMware Cloud is the top-level service that encompasses many other services, including VMware Cloud on AWS. More importantly, it provides a deep and integrated multi-cloud experience for our customers. Anyone can preview the service publicly by visiting vmc.vmware.com. Now, of course, the experience is much richer when you're logged into what we call a VMware Cloud organization. The organization is a construct that allows us to contain the full customer experience. This is really important as it pertains to the VMware Cloud Universal Program. The VMware Cloud Universal Program provides customers with a bag of funds that are then filled with these universal credits to modernize your infrastructure. A customer then has the flexibility to then redeem these credits against any of the underlying VMware Cloud services that they have been entitled to within the organization. We of course have our At the end of the day, this allows a customer to use multiple VMware Cloud services and receive a single bill from VMware at the end of the month based on their usage. There will also be a guided journey that will help you. Let's now switch gears and take a look at the VMware Cloud Launchpad, which unifies all the different VMware Cloud services and provides a common starting point for a customer. This is a relatively recent offering. On the left-hand side, we started with our VMware Cloud solution, such as migration being one of our most popular. In this case, to explore a solution, click on Learn More. Each solution provides valuable information, including a step-by-step guide, tools, and additional references. This is something that VMware has developed over the last couple of years based on hundreds of customer migrations into VMware Cloud and AWS. Our newest offering. Once you're ready to get started, each solution provides a guided experience, taking the customer through a journey to ensure that they can quickly migrate from a vSphere-based environment into a VMware Cloud-based SDDC. With the subscription, this is the easiest and fastest way to modernize your infrastructure. Universal and Tanzu Standard Edition. We also have a Kubernetes solution for those looking to take advantage of our Tanzu Kubernetes Grid offering. Using your universal credits, we of course have our VMware Cloud and AWS service, and we can click here to learn more about the offering. Similar to the VMware Cloud Solutions experience, once you're ready to get started, there will also be a guided journey that will help you deploy your first SDDC. VMware Cloud also provides simplified Next, we have our VMware Cloud on Dell EMC services. This is a relatively recent offering with our Dell partnership. Again, a very easy and consistent way of getting started. In this case, the Dell EMC offering is slightly different in the way you get started, as you are now ordering an SDDC, which will then be shipped to an on-premises or co-location facility. Each step is guided, and your progress can be saved within the Launchpad experience, regardless of the location or who is managing the. And finally, our newest offering, VMware Cloud Foundation subscription. VMware Cloud Foundation can now be purchased as a subscription, which is part of the VMware Cloud Universal program. Included with the subscription, customers will now have access to both vRealize Cloud Universal and Tanzu Standard Edition, giving customers the full benefits to our cloud management and Tanzu portfolio. Using your universal credits, customers can now consume VMware Cloud Foundation as a 1 or 3-year term commitment. And with these credits, customers have the flexibility to apply these credits towards any of the VMware Cloud infrastructure services that we had mentioned earlier.
To get started, we go into our
VMware Cloud also provides simplified management for these different VMware Cloud infrastructure services within the VMC console. Let's now take a look at the SDDC tab.
that we need to ship the service.
Here we can see and manage all of our SCDCs that have been deployed across our different VMware Cloud infrastructure services, including VMware Cloud on AWS, VMware Cloud on Dell EMC, as well as our new VMware Cloud Foundation subscription offering. Regardless of the location or who is managing the SCDC, you have a single inventory view of all of your SCDCs, which can also be consumed programmatically using our VMware Cloud API. From here, you can access the underlying SCDC components such as vCenter Server, NSX, or even SCDC Manager in the case of a VMware Cloud Foundation deployment. You can also add additional hosts or create a brand new deployment, all from within the VMC console.
Payment terms.
This was a quick tour of the new VMware Cloud service, and to learn more, please visit vmc.vmware.com.
Now, when the service is on site, we have a really important step, which is to connect the new. To get started, we go into our Cloud Console and choose VMware Cloud on Dell EMC. We're going to use create a new deployment for dynamic routing, and we enter in variables that are specific to the site that we need to ship the service to. All right, we confirm all the links are active. All right, we pick the rack type that's going to meet our needs. We're looking for the R2, which is the larger rack, and we want three-phase power to maximize the number of hosts that we can deploy. And we'll only be putting. We're checking our power, make sure we've got the right connections. Two of them for the front end and the back ceiling, and we're going to make sure that we've got the right environmental conditions for the rack. We're going with the M1D medium. That's the host type we're going to choose. That's got the NVMe storage. Now we're going to set up some firewall rules. We're going to do 12 of those. We go ahead and create the new rule, and we proceed to networking. Make sure where we enter in key parameters and IP addresses for the service. Those. We choose our payment terms for us, and we confirm and review all of the settings we've chosen for the service. Let's go into vCenter. We go ahead and order it. Now when the service is on site, go to networking. We have a really important step, which is to connect the new service to the existing network environment. We're going to use BGP for dynamic routing between the new service and the existing upstream network.
VMware Cloud on AWS.
All right, we confirm all the links are active.
vSphere-based
We're ready to start
running on
deploying
bare metal
VDI.
servers in AWS data
The first
centers
thing we
around
do
the world.
is create some new
it's
network
fully
segments.
managed by VMware and delivered as a service, so you can deploy just the resources
These segments
you need.
will be specific and
Begin
will
your
only
journey
be putting
with VMware Cloud
VDI
on AWS.
workloads in
Go to
them.
cloud.vmware.com.
Create 2 of them for
you
the
can buy
front end
online
and
with
the
a
back
credit
end.
card to get started quickly. Log in with your VMware ID or create a new one if you need to.
Set up
Your
our
VMware Cloud
IP
on
ranges.
AWS service is assigned to an organization, so you can
Now
easily
we're going to
control
set up some
access and
firewall rules
permissions.
that are going to be specific to
Once
VDI.
you log in to the VMware Cloud on
go ahead and
AWS
create the
service,
rule.
you can create a new software-defined data center
Make
in
sure
just a few
that we can
clicks.
get in and out
Choose the AWS
as
region
needed.
and number of
Publish those.
hosts that best
Those will
meet
get
your
published
business
into
requirements.
vCenter
As
automatically
you
for us.
finalize the SDDC creation,
And we confirm our
you'll connect an
DNS.
AWS account, so
Looks
you can
good.
enrich your applications
Let's go into
by
vCenter.
integrating with other AWS services
Now you can
such
see in
as Amazon
vCenter,
S3.
if we go to networking,
Bare metal hosts
we've got
are
our
imaged
new
with the
network
latest
segments there
VMware
that we're gonna
SDDC
deploy
stack,
into.
including vSphere, vSAN,
take a
and
quick
NSXT.
look at our hosts.
You can add more hosts to
We
the
check our
cluster
data
later
stores,
to
make sure we've
accommodate
got
growth.
capacity.
It's easy to use the
And looks like
familiar
we're good to
vSphere
go.
client to create, manage, and migrate your
VMware
applications
Cloud
without
on
converting
AWS
or
provides
rewriting.
dedicated
Because VMware Cloud
vSphere-based
on AWS
infrastructure
is part
running
of
on
the
bare
VMware
metal
hybrid
servers
cloud.
in
Your
AWS
existing
data centers
skills
around
and
the world.
experience
It's
enable a
fully
seamless
managed by
transition
VMware and delivered
or
as a
complete
service,
end-to-end
so you can
technical
deploy
overview
just
of
the resources
deployment
you
and
need.
configuration
To begin your
of
journey with VMware Cloud on AWS,
Be
go
sure
to
to check out the
cloud.vmware.com.
Quick Start series
You can buy
on
online with a
VMware
credit
Cloud
card to
Tech
get
Zone.
started quickly. Log in with your VMware ID or create a new one if you need to. Your VMware Cloud on AWS service is assigned to an organization, so you can easily control access and permissions.
In this example,
once you
we
log
have our
in
app
to the
server
VMware
with an
Cloud
IP
on
address of
AWS service, you can create a new software-defined data center in just a few clicks. Choose the
Keep that in mind as
AWS
we start
region
the migration
and number of
process.
hosts that best meet your business requirements.
We begin by using the
As you
HCX
finalize the
plugin registered
SDDC
to our
creation,
source
you'll
vCenter
connect an
server.
AWS account,
HCX
so you can
also has
enrich your
the standalone
applications
client as well.
by integrating with other AWS
Click on the
services
migration
such as
option
Amazon
on the left-hand
S3.
side under
Bare metal
Services.
hosts are imaged with the latest
To begin the
VMware
migration
SDDC
workflow,
stack,
click on the
including
Migrate
vSphere,
option on the
vSAN, and
right-hand side,
NSXT.
which will
You can
launch
add
the
more
HCX
hosts to the
Migrate
cluster later
virtual
to
machines
accommodate
window.
growth. It's
Here we
easy
can
to use the
change
familiar
select our
vSphere
source and
client
destination.
to create,
In this
manage,
example,
and migrate
we are
your
migrating
applications
workloads
without
to
converting
VMware Cloud
or
on
rewriting.
AWS.
Because
Searching for
VMware Cloud
workloads
on
can be done by
AWS
using
is
the
part of the
source inventory
VMware
on the
hybrid
left-hand
cloud,
side,
Your existing skills and experience enable a seamless transition. For a complete end-to-end technical overview of the deployment and configuration of VMware Cloud on AWS, be sure to check out the Quick Start series on VMware Cloud Tech Zone.
Folder placement, VM format, the migration profile, which in this case is bulk migration. With bulk migration, workloads will retain their IP address, which is used. In this example, we have our app server with an IP address of 172.17.31.132. To configure, keep that in mind as we start the migration process. During the transfer process, we begin by using the HCX plugin registered to our source vCenter server. Extended VM options. HCX also has the standalone client as well. MAC address. Upgrading VMware. Click on the migration option on the left-hand side under Services. Generating a new security. To begin the migration workflow, click on the Migrate option on the right-hand side, prior to starting the which will launch the HCX Migrate Virtual Machines window. Here we can change or select our source and destination. Once the validation. In this example, we are migrating workloads to VMware Cloud on AWS. Searching for our workloads can be done by using the source inventory on the left-hand side or using the search option on the right-hand side. Now let's select the workloads you want to migrate on AWS SDDC. At the Transfer and Placement global view, we can select the resources where the workloads will be placed on the destination data store. This includes compute, the global view storage, folder placement, the source data center transfer is still in progress, the migration profile, which in this case is bulk migration, and we have the option to also select the switchover window, which is used after the Delta synchronization finishes. The workloads have now started the switchover process. It will start immediately. And there is also the option to configure or change the switchover during the transfer process per workload. HCX also provides extended VM options such as retaining the workload MAC address, upgrading VMware tools and hardware, DNS customization, generating a new security identifier, and disabling per VM EVC if needed. Prior to starting the migration process, select Validate to ensure there are no issues. You'll be notified if there are any issues or warnings. Once the validation completes successfully, we can start the migration by clicking on Go. The migration process begins. We can now see the transfer starting from the source to the destination. This concludes the video. Now let's switch over to our VMware Cloud on AWS SDDC.
Thank you for your time and attention. We're really grateful. We hope you've enjoyed this session, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to place them in the live Q&A, and we will be happy to respond from there. Have a good day.
CSTIC TV, tu portal de tecnología e informática, al servicio de la sociedad y los negocios.